Hi, I'm Ryan, reporting for Kids First, and I just got out of the theater from watching the new movie Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And let me tell you, this movie is a must-see. In this movie, you'll meet Jyn Erso, who's played by Felicity Jones. Her father is forced to work on plans for a deadly weapon called the Death Star. Now, the rebellion recruits her into finding those plans and finding a way to destroy the Death Star. Now the question is, will she find those plans or will she fail? I love this movie for its CGIs and characters. One of the characters, who is K2SO, looks like a real robot, but he's actually a CGI character, and I love how they pull that off. And also, the plans look extremely beautiful, and you could tell they put a lot of effort in the making of this film.
Well, there you go. Ryan, that little job stealer, is one of the graduates of Kids First, that boot camp training kids on the ins and outs of the film criticism game. And the 2017 season of Kids First will be kicking off this summer. Now, moments away from here at the HITN studios in the Brooklyn Navy Yard, and there's still time to get your little critic in. Joining me right now is Dr. Ed Green, HITN's Vice President of Partnerships and Community Development. Welcome to BK Live, sir.
Well, thank you, Brian. It's great to be here.
So if I ever felt the breathing on the back of my neck, there he goes.
Oh, yeah.
You got Ryan, you got a bunch of other kids who've already gone through the program. I got sort of stuck going through all their videos yesterday and watching the kids take some of these. There are a few, and they're awesome. They are learning so many skills. So tell me why this idea came about.
Well, about 20 years ago, there was an organization, the Coalition for Quality Children's Media, founded by Randy Levy, and she wanted to make sure that young kids become aware of the things that they can do to look at film and also to critically review them. And so she's established this program to help young kids between the ages of 8 and 15 to be able to do that. The program really is grounded in basics of what you need to know and be able to do in order to think critically about what you're viewing, but they also help them to be able to reduce what they're thinking into 400 words and then be able to upload that information using their digital mobile phones most of the time, as well as posting them on the Kids First website.
This is a phenomenal program. So I just want to know, just between us, how many of the kids are like dragged in by their parents who have stars in their eyes and know my kid has no talent singing or dancing or doing any other marketable things, and how many are like dragging their parents saying, I got to do this?
Well, I would say it's probably at least 3/4 of them are dragging their parents and saying, I've got to do. Yeah, and it's really interesting that for a lot of kids, they don't necessarily have access to this kind of thinking. I mean, about film criticism.
Right.
But one of the ways that the program is advertised, they talk a lot about, do you enjoy watching films and do you enjoy talking about them? And I think that's the piece that really pulls them in. So we have a wide variety of kids who come to us, but most of them come because they're really interested in doing this thing about watching the film and looking at it. But there are other kids who come because their parents are trying to find a way for them to become more engaged. And for a lot of those kids, we learn that they're reluctant readers or reluctant learners before they enter.
Gotcha.
But when they engage in this work, they're doing something that's meaningful to them, and it reaches the point where they're actually able to take the ability of writing something that's of interest to them and become become even more interested. And some parents have told us that the reluctant readers or writers have turned into engaged young learners.
It's very sneaky because you use the film as the sort of carrot, and they go in everybody likes a movie, and then you talk about, and you get these writing skills and interpersonal skills. I know they work in groups, and you also utilize your phenomenal facility where they really get to see the ins and outs of more than just the package that you deliver. You put it all together. Right.
And because we've been able to host the boot camp at Brooklyn Navy Yard. And
a working studio.
A working studio. And our CEO, Mike Nieves, has just been really incredibly supportive supportive of this because it's a way to bring young people into a setting that's in their own backyard in many instances.
Literally.
And just like with BRIC. And
Yeah.
so I think that we're excited to be able to bring this particular program to the Navy Yard and then have kids be able to interact with other people in the studio who look like them.
Right.
And that's another key part of this. So in conjunction with our work with Kids First, we were really lucky to have a partner like HITN, and I feel very, very fortunate to have been able to bring the program to the organization.
I know that you guys are hosting an open house this evening, so if we've sparked your curiosity and there's nothing on the schedule tonight, even if there is, do it for the kids. Yeah. So what can they expect this evening?
Well, this evening we're going to have a celebration that'll include some of our alums from the past 3 years,
All right.
As well as the founder of Kids First, Randy Levy, who will be there, and 2 of our instructors that are going to be part of the program. But it's really an opportunity for people to do some meet and greet, meet some of the young people, get signed up, and they'll actually have a chance to maybe even have a little tour of HITN through our marketing PR department and Melanie Silverio.
Cool. So let's get to the nuts and bolts of the program.
Right.
When does it start and how long is it this summer?
We're going to have 3 sections of this particular boot camp this year. They begin the 3rd week of July. Will be each consecutive week for the first 3 weeks. That'll be the intro program.
Gotcha.
And then the final week will be a 1-week program that brings back our alums, where they have additional skills and training, and they learn to refine their skills, learn how to do green screen that they can do in their own home studio, and also get some visits from different people.
Yeah, you're bringing in industry professionals. This is truly a boot camp that young people are getting fast-tracked.
Absolutely.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So we'll have to make sure that we see whether or not we can get one of our film critics over here at BRIC. So
well, let's start a pipeline.
There we go.
Let's keep them in very defined parameters.
Oh, listen.
We don't need any competition at this table.
Well, I'm sure the mentorship will help.
So just one more time before we get out of here, let us know how folks who are interested can get in touch and take part in the program.
The best way to do that would be to go to hitn.org/kidsfirst. And we'd be more than happy to hear from you. There's information on the website, but we're hoping to see people tonight. And also, people can begin to register online for our summer boot camps.
It's going to be a phenomenal summer. You should find yourself at the Navy Yard. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you, Brian.
We appreciate it. Bring some of your little reviewers by.
I'm going to do that.
All right, deal.